블레드 손과 블러드 실에 지르가 팔라라오 주스리 블레드 비 방가바두 글라산 주줄에 라바누
Should we do the beginner course or the experienced course?
We're going to start with the experience course, just to show you guys what has been added and what's new about Gravity Rush 2.
All right.
We might go back and show you some other stuff from the other course, because there is different content. This is the demo. This is what's on the show floor here at E3.
So if you happen to be at the show,
you can play this.
I'm not sure why you would be at the show and watching our live streams, but if that's somehow the case,
multitaskers,
please go play Gravity Rush 2 at the PlayStation booth.
Yeah. But we're seeing here, we have Kat, and that's her friend Sid, who was a policeman in the first game.
Yeah, I remember that.
They're being taken to this brand new area.
Media tour, and he said that he was very inspired by what he saw there. So that culture and colors, that might have got into this game.
Absolutely. Yeah, influenced this.
That's awesome. Yeah, you can see a lot of these influences in this art style in the box art, which is now out there, and it looks amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm actually going to, I'm planning to download that image and make it my phone.
Nice.
It works very well vertically.
Very nice. Yeah, I mean, there's so many blues. You remember the original game had a lot of greens and browns?
Yeah.
Very earthy. A lot of blues over here. And you can just see, like, immediately the power of the PS4 is kind of on display over here.
Yeah.
This whole area is so much more populated, so much more dense. There's kids playing, there's ducks in the street.
Yeah, you got people wandering around.
Yeah. There's a juggler.
Oh, can you interrupt him? Can you knock his stuff out of his hands?
I'm sure you can.
We won't be rude.
We're gonna be nice. Well, we cause enough destruction fighting the bad guys as it is. So.
That's true.
Yeah, but immediately just absolutely beautiful and
so much variety in the NPCs walking around too.
Yeah.
I haven't seen one repeat yet.
There's a lot, and we'll see it later. It might not be in this demo, but there's ways to interact with the crowd too. Read them.
Oh wow, look at that with the balloons.
Yeah, and all of the gravity powers from the first game are immediately here. So here's Kat flying, shifting around, I should say. She kind of falls, She's never really like Superman flying through.
Yeah.
She's always falling
in different directions.
Yeah, seeing all sorts of stuff. So, being able to go to the underside of the areas and the towns is always like really, really fun. That slightly disorienting yet really fantastical element that separates Gravity Rush, I think, from the competition.
Yeah, the scale here is already just so impressive. Knocking rocks out of the air, I love it. So there are, I'm not sure if you were planning to talk about this later, but there are different modes that Kat can enter when she's flying around. There's a Jupiter mode, a lunar mode, in addition to the normal.
Yeah, so we'll see it as we go along further here. There's a few. There's different ways to control gravity in this game to take out enemies. Speaking of enemies, here comes some. These are the Nevi. You might be familiar with them. Kind of our standard enemies from the first game. You see Kat still got her kicks in her. Yeah, we'll definitely show those off in a few minutes, but it's going to be a really nice way to change up combat and adapt to styles, because it's not just these Nevi enemies that you're going to be fighting in this game. There's going to be all sorts of robots and actually human enemies too that you'll be taking on. So, yeah, there's a lot happening.
Would you say that Gravity Rush 2 is more of building on the foundation of the original game, or kind of a re-envisioning from the ground up, like going back and starting fresh?
I would say building on all of the great start that was the first game. And if you've played Gravity Rush or Remastered, which came out in February, you'll immediately be at home here. Like, the controls are exactly the same, with some additions, and we'll get to them. But you could just see as he was throwing around some of those objects, the particles on display and how much more is going on screen is just, leagues ahead of what it used to be. We're going to slowly make our way over here.
Forbidden cargo. Oh, yes, the comic style cuts.
Yeah.
I love it. I forgot about these.
And if if you move the controller around, you can actually get a little bit of different perspective on the comic.
Yeah, I think that was a feature in Gravity Rush Remastered.
Yeah.
You can do that.
Yep. Or on the Vita
Vita
version, you
version,
can move the Vita around.
Oh, that's so cool. I love that approach to cutscenes now.
And that again, I've said this before about the I think it's bande dessinée, or it's like the Belgian Franco comic style that like kind of like mixed with a manga influence is what really powers the art in Gravity Rush. Makes it kind of look different from a lot of stuff you've seen. So
yeah, it's so distinctive.
If you've ever read Mobius or any of his like comics, again from like the 70s, like they should look not exactly familiar, but you'll know exactly like where the softness and the richness is coming from.
Actually, I like how the character looks in the manga.
Yeah.
Style.
Yeah.
Looks a bit, more rounder and cuter.
Yeah.
So different. I understand different artists worked on the different parts of the game, even for the same character. So that has the slightly different take on
Feel to it. Yeah.
Interesting. Chase the thief. Go get him.
Chase that guy. He stole some cargo. It looked like. Yeah, that is rude.
Highlighting the amazing traversal capabilities of Cat in
Yep.
Gravity Rush. Traversal is so much fun, just getting around. Like,
Yep.
just flying around.
She's flying back and forth onto like these huge ships, which are also flying. So she's moving back and forth on these huge,
There's a lot going on here.
There is. I mean, you're in a whole city that's kind of like floating in the sky, right? So.
Yeah.
I don't know if it gets much more magical than that. Of course it did.
That guy looks trustworthy.
Yeah. He certainly does. You can see that fake language, or that that distinctive language is back in this game. So that's
What's funny is like I have these few notes in my notebook here that I took before the show, and you have literally just proactively answered all of the questions.
I do my best.
You know me.
So there was some bad guys hiding in some of this cargo. So Toyama-san's doing that's actually the gravity slide. If you remember.
Yes, absolutely. Yep.
Back here.
That was my favorite move in the original game. I powered that up immediately.
Yep.
That gravity kick.
Kick. We have nice little video tutorials.
Yeah, that's cool.
How to do everything. So you notice like these guys right here. They're kind of stationary, they don't move around too much.
Yeah.
Not too hard to get a hold of. We'll come back to that because we're not always fighting guys that are pretty stationary like that.
Yeah, I'm wondering like, is that going to change? I'm being lulled into a false sense of security here.
Well, here we go.
These guys look a little bit more menacing.
Yeah, we can still get them if we throw stuff at them.
Oh yes.
But they're if you try to like do the kick at them, you'll miss. You'll fly right past them. So what Toyama-san's showing us right now is she actually shifted into the lunar mode. We were talking about the lunar style.
Oh,
and
wow.
it lets her. It's like kind of like low gravity, so very much inspired by the moon. Right?
Oh, cool.
And he's doing what's called a wormhole kick right now. It lets him teleport to the enemy and do this very light 5-hit combo.
Oh wow.
To take them out. So he'll be able to like just take care of distances in an instant by using that.
I love how it changes Kat's appearance too, and even makes her scarf float a little more.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Wow.
And so the way he did that is he flicked up on the touchpad.
Ah, okay.
And to get back, he actually just touched the touchpad. So.
Oh, cool. That DualShock 4 integrated.
Yep.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Making fanciful work of these crates over here.
Oh, I love that running animation.
Yeah, she can do like a nice dive out of it.
Oh, cool.
She can also do kind of like a Superman-style jump up in the air too. So we'll show you one of them right now, actually.
Oh, that's so cool. I just want to like watch Kat run around in lunar mode. Wow.
And there's the jump.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh man, when's this game out again?
This game is out this year.
This year?
Yes. There will be more details coming soon, but you gotta stay tuned for that. This is a special one for us, so we want to make sure We have something good for you guys.
Wow, that was so cool.
Yep. Beautiful. It's beautiful.
Really going crazy with PS4 here, it looks like.
People who make, I feel like people who made masterful work of the skills in the first game made the game look like art. And now that we have so many more tools at our disposal, it's just increased the beauty tenfold, you know?
Yeah, I mean, one of the questions that I usually ask people is, what are you doing with the power of PlayStation 4? But I mean, I think we can kind of see already what you guys are doing with it.
The animation just flows off the screen.
Yeah. Yeah, wow. It's already just such a beautiful game.
And there's so many more physics-based objects that we can involve in really nice.
So here's the Jupiter mode. So this is kind of the opposite of lunar mode. It's going to make Cat really heavy. She's going to move a little bit slower, but when she's in the air, she can actually power up this surge kick. And when he lets it go, she's going to hit the ground. Huge shockwave comes out. Yeah, took out all those enemies. Almost all. There might be one left. Get him. Okay, we might do it again.
So we are in Jupiter mode right
This is
now.
Jupiter mode, yeah, which is kind of shown by these kind of gold-colored.
Oh yeah, big heavy attacks. Yeah, throwing haymakers and stuff. Nice.
She does like a lot of like shoulders and like, you know, it almost looks almost, you know, martial arts and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Wow. So basic attack is stronger, right?
Yes,
But she might be a bit slower.
exactly. So you'll want to switch between the styles to like, you know, fight all the different enemies.
So are the enemies designed around, are we going to get to a point where we're in mid-combat switching between normal, lunar, Jupiter mode?
Pretty insightful, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. You will definitely see enemies that require a pretty good use of all
Cool.
three.
That's very encouraging.
Yeah, yeah. So what we just learned is that the cops are after your friend who was who was taking that cargo that had the enemies in it.
So in Jupiter mode, are we flying through the air faster or?
Well, so he just did that surge kick, which let him fly. You know,
I see. Are there any traversal considerations when you're using Jupiter mode or lunar mode or just normal mode? Do they change the way you get around an enemy?
Well, yeah. So, you know, if you want to go quickly, I would say the normal gravity mode or lunar is what you want to stick with. But if you're trying to get through some place that has a lot of enemies firing at you, you might want to stick with the Jupiter because you have a little bit
More resilience. Yeah.
He's trying to show you a block right here. That's okay. We'll move past that. Okay. But you see lots of like human enemies. Remember in the first game you could pick people up? Yeah, now we can pick people up and actually use them as projectiles.
Yes.
I wouldn't suggest it on any of the civilians, but these guys shooting at you.
They
go.
deserve it.
Why not?
I have no sympathy for them. So cool.
But it's not just Cat.
Ah, Raven's here.
Everybody remembers Raven. Raven, who's your rival in the first game, became your friend over the course of the game.
Huh?
So now she's actually gonna help you fight off these guys, which is pretty rad. And depending on the attacks you do, she'll team up with you.
Oh, cool.
So she might like do a gravity kick with you, just like that. She might just go attack someone by herself if they're targeting you or griefing you.
So this is like the Last of Us.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
I see the similarity between this game and The Last of Us.
So okay, here's a big robotic enemy, right?
Yeah.
And what Toyama's doing is the lunar style, so it's not doing very much damage to this guy, just because you know he's bigger. It's doing a little bit, but it's not that easy.
Switching to a different player?
Possibly. Oh, there goes an arm.
Ah.
Nice. So it's regular mode, a little bit more. So it's actually a cushion on the back that if you target, you know, might take you down.
Oh, nice.
There it went.
Oh man, he just fell right out.
Nice job.
leaves all that debris behind.
Yep. You see Ravens over there attacking that guy? Taking the initiative. Now,
Can you explain the different methods?
oh, sure. So I'm not quite sure if they're all in play here in this particular demo. The green one on top is your health. The red one below it is for kind of super moves, which we don't have on display right here. If we go into the beginner level of the demo, you might see some of them. The blue meter on the far top left is your gravity meter. So if you're in the air too long, you'll fall to earth. So you got to make sure to take care of that. And then the red circle in the middle is kind of an indicator as to when you can do certain special moves.
Gotcha. Yeah, I remember in the original game, it was very important to level up that gravity meter.
Yeah.
Because you had to obviously get around. Are we going to see a similar style of progression?
Yep.
In Gravity Rush 2?
Yeah, you'll be able to level up, increase things. We also have a really cool system, a talisman system in this game, where you'll be able to earn these talismans and refine them throughout the area, and you can equip them. So there's equipable things, and they kind of have like a little bit of a monkey paw effect. So some of them might like increase your gravity gauge, but they might also make the enemy stronger. So it's really going to be up to you to find the one that's good for you. So what's going on right now is we're actually attacking the feet of this robot enemy, and when we do that, he exposes a weak point back, and when that comes out, we'll actually be able to deal some damage to it. So again, this guy's pretty big, so a nice combination of different styles is going to help you here. When he starts firing missiles, you'll want to get away, so make a new style there.
I can see there are many strategies that you can take.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're really free to choose how you want to approach the situation.
Robots just have no concern for 4 towns.
We're throwing.
They will rebuild it.
Yeah, we have to make them rebuild it. So we're throwing things, and now we're charging up the surge kick, actually. A little too late. A little too late. Yeah.
Raven joins us.
Yeah. Joining for that surge attack. Throwing. Actually, so in Jupiter mode, he has that really huge projectile there. You throw it at the weak point.
Kind of picks up some of the debris that's laying around.
Yep.
That's cool.
See, Raven actually is like throwing things as well.
Oh, yeah. So all these signs that are all over the place, is this an actual language?
Yeah, it's very fleshed out language. So now he actually just centered on the enemy right here. And when he hits the touchpad, you can win one of those stylish finishers you reckon.
Oh, cool.
Wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of this.
Kaboom! Get out of here!
There you go.
Wow, that was cool.
So yeah, so Raven's going to join you for some very big moments in the game. I'm
okay.
not going to spoil them now, but she'll join you for some pretty spectacular.
Oh, so she kind of comes and goes, like it will
Yep.
show up at certain points.
Yep. But again, story and that single player is really the focus too on this. So
They were smuggling low quality ore.
well, hey, it's a big problem to some
Ooh,
people.
look at that. Thank you for playing. See you again. Cool. So we're not done yet, though.
Yep.
They'll see us again very soon, as in like right now.
Well, maybe. You want to do the beginning one?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Shoshinsha on the
Let's do it.
Hi.
Let's hop in. Let's check it out. I'm not ready to stop watching Gravity Rush 2 yet.
This
will be a little bit more of a slower pace. But that's fine. I mean,
Yeah, sure.
I could watch this game for hours on end. In fact, I have.
Every day.
When I'm at my desk,
Monday through Friday.
I let the attract mode just kind of sit and play on my TV. One thing you might not have noticed, or you might have, is that so Kat's scarf
Yeah.
actually falls in the direction of what we would consider normal gravity. So when she's on the side of a building, it's actually going to point downward.
Yeah, I think that happened in the first game.
It did, and her hair too. I love details like that.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Are meant to help you just kind of navigate, and yet, you might just completely miss them.
It's really taking the gravity concept and going crazy with it. So many little things that you wouldn't even notice.
Yep.
So are we going to see anything? Is this going to be like a different run through, or?
So we're going to see. We'll go through some basics of Kat's arsenal.
Okay.
But we're going to see a different enemy or two. Just some different elements of the game, because it's not always combat. Being able to just explore the areas and level up, collecting those gems was one of my favorite things to do from the first.
Yeah, I got lost in Gravity Rush 1, just floating around. And finding gems floating around.
And they always hide the best ones on like the underside of a lot of the floating areas too.
That's where you have to level up that gravity meter so that you can get under there without falling to your doom.
Exactly. Exactly right. And it's been the original Gravity Rush came out in 2012.
Yeah.
For us, and we're in 2016. So.
Wow, has it been that long?
People have been waiting for this one. Yeah.
Goodness.
And what I always say is that sometimes great things take time, but the team has been just working on this the entire time and really kicking butt. And I think the results are pretty clear if you're seeing this.
Yeah, I remember this was kind of a surprise announcement, and I was like, oh wow, Gravity Rush 2. Like, I'll play some Gravity Rush. Yeah, it's looking fantastic.
Just basic traversal, over on the wall now. Her hair is actually pointed down.
Oh, yeah.
Even though, like, the iconography, like, in the top right corner, there's like a lightning bolt in the back of the gem.
Yep.
Really, it's changed in, like, tons of small and meaningful ways, but if you're used to the first game, if you loved it, you're going to be right at home here. It's just, it's really what you've been waiting for.
I'm getting a little dizzy trying to keep track of which direction gravity is.
Yep.
Actually, you can play this game in PS4 in the cinematic mode.
Oh, yeah.
You really feel dizzy.
Yeah, I don't know if I would want to do that.
But it's very, very beautiful.
Yeah, it really is.
Going for a ride. Yeah, but the music, we have the same composer back for
great
did the first one, Kohei Tanaka, who just helped contribute to that atmosphere in an amazing way. So, everything that we can do to just give people like that awesome experience or an improvement on it is pretty impressive.
Cool. I remember in the first game you could unlock a bunch of different outfits for Kat. Will that feature be returned?
Oh, I'm sure that's not too far off.
And were there any other cool things that were added to Gravity Rush 2 that maybe the team wanted to do in the first game but couldn't quite pull it off? Or?
I mean, so the first game was, I think, meant to be a showcase for the PlayStation Vita, and really used that gyro sensor to great effect.
Yeah. It's such a great feature. It has retained throughout.
Yeah, that open world on Vita is just kind of amazing. I feel like. So, I mean, you're going to see a lot of big scale things in this game.
Yeah.
Things that you might not be expecting. But if you've watched our trailers and you've paid attention, you might understand that there are definitely some larger-than-life things that are going to be happening in the game that the power of the PS4 definitely allows us to achieve.
I remember in original game, the team actually wanted to add more side missions, but they are not being able to. But I understand this game, there are a lot.
Yeah, there's tons. There's more than like 3 times the amount of challenge missions and things in this game.
I remember I tried to get the platinum in Gravity Rush, and I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Some of those challenges were really tough.
Yeah, and some people have told me that, and if you try it out on the remastered version, it might be a little bit easier for you.
Oh, yeah?
Especially if you enjoy using a DualShock 4. But yeah, tons of new challenge missions, tons of new story missions. think I might have mentioned this, but the map in the game is 2.5 times bigger than the original game.
Oh, really?
Which was already big.
Yeah.
So it's a huge open world. You're going to unlock it the same way in the first game, gradually, so it's not overwhelming to you. But then the amount of content on display here is just, it's going to keep you playing. You know, the story's a great length, and then if you want to do those challenges, you'll be able to. And a lot of the challenges actually factor into the asynchronous online play that we have.
Ah, asynchronous online play.
Yes.
How does that work?
So, for example, you know we had those races where you had to get from a point to a point.
Oh, yeah.
Time attacks, basically, right? So now, in the new one, you might see a ghost of a friend of yours who actually performed it in that time race.
Cool.
Yeah. So, you know, stuff like that. We have a couple cool like modes. We have a treasure mode. I'm not gonna talk too much about it, but you'll be able to send your friends on treasure hunts through this huge environment and send them looking for things. A lot of things to make use of those online features that the PS4 is known for.
I love that little loading icon.
Of the paw, dusty paw over there. Yeah, a lot of, but it's still, again, single player experience. This is the heart of the game. That story, the beautiful characters.
Yeah, I love how optimistic the game feels.
Yeah.
The whole thing just feels very upbeat.
Yes.
And bright and colorful.
Yes.
I've always been drawn.
No! Get the bird!
I've always been drawn to the colorful titles coming out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, me too.
My very first PlayStation experience was with a little title called Jumping Flash. I don't know if you're
Oh, wow.
Which was a colorful, slightly disorienting, beautiful title.
I see the similarities.
So yeah, when I see this, it feels right, you know?
Yeah.
There's something beautiful here. But again, completely in its own world. I almost never see things like this from other places, so.
Yeah, it's so inspired. That bird?
Because we actually chased a bird in the first game too. I don't know if you remember that.
I actually don't.
So that's when you first come into contact with Raven.
Ah.
It leads you to her.
I mean, surely the meat is cold by now. I mean, I would just get by.
Do not get in the way of a hungry cat, my friend. She will fly to the ends of the earth for that meat.
No, the bird ate it all. Oh wait, is it still safe? Oh.
No.
We lost it.
Yeah, there's like so many ships that are like floating around though, and the world's alive.
Yep. Yeah, it's incredible. See some more of that awesome comic book cutscene style.
Yeah. I love the no nonsense look on her face too. Like what? What do you want from me?
I'm so looking forward to this one.
Had a tough time too, but I did get it on the remastered one.
Oh yeah? Oh, maybe I'll go back. Yeah, Gravity Rush Remastered is available now, so if you're really excited for Gravity Rush, you can pick that up on your PS4. Of course, the original game is still available on Vita too.
Yep.
So there are plenty of ways to get your fix before Gravity Rush comes out. Gravity Rush 2 comes out later this year.
Yeah, both games are on PSN, and if you want a physical copy of Remastered, head to Amazon.com. That's where we have it. Oh, cool. It's got that gorgeous white box art. I don't know.
Oh, yes. I love the little video clip that you guys put out of the apple like falling upward through the air.
There are lots of like a concept art inside the game added to the PS4 version.
Yeah. Actually, the team, we were talking a little bit earlier about the inspirations coming from Mexico and different areas around the world. They did some beautiful art for those areas for events that they did.
Oh yeah, I've seen those.
It's all in the gallery mode of Gravity Rush Remastered.
Great. Yeah, those are super awesome. If you have a Gravity Rush Remastered, I would recommend that you check out that concept art because some of the pieces are just incredible.
Yeah, it's absolutely stunning. I mean, if we didn't mention already, the game is out this year.
This year,
it's coming this year.
We don't have any finer details on that, just this year?
Just this year. I mean, more will be coming soon. talking about it. You know.
So hey, I mean, could be tomorrow.
Man, we have. If you are.
Maybe it launched while we were playing this and we didn't even know it.
Wow. Well now.
A man can dream.
I mean, between this and GT Sport and The Last Guardian, there's a lot of amazing.
Dragon Quest Dragon Quest Heroes 2.
Oh,
in Japan.
Nice.
That's way bigger and more polished game.
Yeah.
My brothers love the game.
Do you play on Vita?
Well, we play on PS4.
On PS4.
Yeah, but the game has a PS Vita version as well.
That's amazing.
And the Dragon Quest user.
Yes.
Really fun.
That one recently got announced, confirmed for America.
Yeah, Western market. I really highly recommend for people who like Japanese games.
Yeah, check that one out. So we just saw there one of those big armored Nevi from the first game that we hadn't seen in the other playthrough. Had to kind of break through his armor to get to his weak points and take him out.
So it sounds like story is going to be important in Gravity Rush 2.
Absolutely. You're going to see a lot of this new society that they've taken you to. You might go back to some familiar locations, lots of new, fresh, and familiar faces. So